Well, Ignis Petroleum it's a startup oil and gas company. We're about maybe 2 years old, and we look and we try to drill exciting oil and gas opportunities in America, lower 48 states. That means onshore, and mostly Texas, Louisiana, Alabama. That's sort of where we try to concentrate.
How do you find the places to look for?
Well, you know, oil has become more and more expensive over time, and there's a lot of fields, especially in Texas, that haven't been drilled because the big majors have moved offshore. They're doing the big fields, and the smaller fields are really being left to small independents. So, for example, to give you a few facts, 90% of all the oil in Texas is being produced by independent companies. That means smaller players. And 96% of all the wells are being drilled by independents. That means large companies like Exxon or Royal Dutch Shell, they have moved offshore. Smaller companies like ours, like Ignis Petroleum, are moving in the middle there and doing that kind of work and doing most of that work.
How easy or difficult is it for you to find the capital?
To find capital as a small startup company is never easy. It's usually quite expensive. But if you have a good business plan and if you have a good management team and you have a way to execute, I think it's quite reasonable to find capital. There's a lot of funds that would like to get their money into oil, and there's no lack of funds. I'd say there's much more a lack of good projects, because good projects are hard to find, and it's hard to convince people that what you have is a good project.
How do you use the capital you find?
We do a couple of things. Ignis Petroleum has an arm that we use in order to get to know certain plays. You know, in the oil world we say play. This is an unconventional gas play. This is an oil play. It's an offshore play. It's a chalk play. It's a Barnett Shale play. Now you might have heard Barnett Shale because it's been really one of the hottest areas in the United States that we have people trying to invest in. So, but how do you get into that? You need good relationships with the landowners. You might need rigs. You might need pipeline. In other areas, those may be different factors that what you need. Like you need really strong rigs. You need good teams, and you need fast drilling operations. So what Ignis does is, with the funds that we take, we usually invest it into small participations, taking 10%, 20% of an oil field, working together with a larger independent, and we've worked together with Range Resources or with Kerr-McGee, which are multi-billion-dollar market cap companies. We just take 20% of one of their plays. We get to know what's going on. If we like it, then we step in.
You seem much younger than most of the people I meet in this business and I interview. I'm usually interviewing people with gray hair and grandchildren. What advantage is that for you?
Well, I think that, you know, just a couple of days ago, 2 weeks ago, I was in Houston. There is a conference called NAPE. Don't ask me what it stands for, but it's the biggest oil and gas conference in Texas. It happens once in the summer and once in winter. And I looked around, and the average age was 55, maybe 60 years old. And I thought, oh my God, there's nobody going to lead these companies 20 years from now. Everybody's going to be retired.